I'm with, as Joan told you, I'm with the Youth Outreach and Hospitality Action Team of the Nauset Interfaith Association. And I'd like to read you our mission statement. As an action team of the Nauset Interfaith Association, we seek to support Cape Cod youth who are or who are at risk of becoming homeless, or who otherwise experience dire need or exclusion from the community. Our goal is to help these young people experience safety, respect, dignity, and the opportunity to make their own choices as contributing members of the community to which we all belong. Youth Outreach and Hospitality began as YOH, but it was Youth Overnights of Hospitality. Because in 2015, there was a group of people from local churches who learned that there were many homeless youth on Cape Cod, and most of whom were LGBT youth at that time. And so they were hoping to be able to provide overnight shelter, temporary shelter in churches in the area. But that never came to fruition, unfortunately. So that's about the time that I came on to the group, and we went down to Hyannis and visited Scott Fitzmaurice, who started SIGSHA, which is now called Thrive, which is a youth outreach center in Hyannis for LGBTQ youth. And the thing that I remember most about our meeting with him is that he said there are 3 things that unaccompanied youth need, and they are, first, a place to live, second, a job, and third, transportation to and from that job. And if they lose any one of those 3 things, they're likely to lose all of them. And so we came back from that meeting and decided that we needed to raise some money for our youth so that we could provide the money for car repairs and rent and food or a safe place to stay for the night. So we started asking for donations from individuals and churches, and we held an annual concert. I don't know, maybe some of you have come to our concert at the Church of the Holy Spirit before COVID. We had these concerts with, we featured Celtic roots previously, but now they were a youth band that started out as the Celtic Kids. But they used to do benefit concerts for us, but now they're all growing up and the band is disbanded. And so this year, hopefully all going well, we'll have a concert at the Church of the Holy Spirit again, this time featuring Club 9 Ball, which is a rock band, on May 14th, a Saturday night. And I'm going to leave some information with you about that concert. So please do come if you're able to do so. The other thing we did was called Homeless Prevention Council way back in 2015 because we needed to know how to find out about these youth who were in need. And they suggested that we also contact the local high schools. So we did that, and we were able to have counselors come, or teachers, from each of the major regional high schools. So we had, our members include counselors from Cape Cod Tech, Nauset High School, and Monomoy High School. And they come to our monthly meetings and let us know what their needs are. So we every year we give them funds to have set aside for emergencies. And we also give to the homeless youth, unaccompanied youth fund at the Homeless Prevention Council every year. So that's what we're doing currently. We're still doing that. And in 2017, we awarded our first scholarship to a student who had overcome homelessness or other significant adversity and were motivated to go on to further education. So we started out by giving a $500 scholarship to a graduate from each of the 3 regional high schools. And now we're fortunately through fundraising efforts and grant money, we've been able to give $500 per semester for each student throughout the 4 years if they stay, as long as they stay in school. We give them that $500. So it's $2,000 a year for each student. And right now we're supporting 7 students, and we hope to have 3 more that we'll award scholarships to this year. So every year, it grows and grows and grows, and we need more and more money. But it's, it's just such a blessing to be able to do it. It's really terrific. And, as you can imagine, each of these students has quite a story to tell. And I just want to tell you a little bit about one of them. One of the students was awarded the scholarship last year, and she was planning on going to 4 Cs in the fall. And our treasurer, Ken Campbell, contacts all of the students to find out where they're going to school and if they've registered, and if so, he sends them the $500. And he contacted her, and she told him that she was living in a hotel in Hyannis. She had lost, she was staying with a family member, and I don't know the circumstances, but she wasn't able to do that anymore. So she was in a hotel, and she was afraid, and she needed desperately to get out. All her money that she was making in a restaurant went to her hotel room. So I met with her about once a week. I went down and we went over to the college. She didn't even know she'd been accepted to college. So we, gave her that good news. But then, of course, we needed to find her a place to stay. And you all know that there's an affordable housing crisis on the Cape, and finding an apartment is very difficult. We talked to Homeless Prevention Council and Housing Assistance Corporation, the people who work with the youth there. They have about a 2-year waiting list for apartments, for affordable apartments. So I also had a contact at Champ Homes, and we went to Champ Homes. And as we were going through that process with them, this young woman had an offer from a friend of a family member to rent a room in her home. So she chose to do that, and now she's in her second semester at 4 Cs. She still has her job in the restaurant, and she's doing very well. So. And this young woman had experienced a great deal of trauma. She was from an island in the Caribbean that had a lot of conflict, and also a hurricane and an earthquake, and a building actually collapsed on her. But when she was 10 years old, and she survived that, and then her dad died, and her mom brought her to Miami, and then another family member brought her up here to the Cape and enrolled her in school. And at that time, she didn't speak a word of English. So it's just pretty incredible that she's able to go through all that and still have the motivation to go to college and do well there. So that's just one story of one student, but I thought I'd share that with you. One of the things that we do also is we try to maintain contact and a relationship with our students throughout their college. So again, up until COVID, we had potlucks, dinners twice a year, so that they could, when they came home from college on vacations or in the summertime, we would all get together. And we're planning on doing that again for our first college graduate who will graduate. Who graduated the first semester of this year. She actually graduated early from college. So we're going to celebrate her graduation and invite all the scholarship students, including the ones who are going to receive a scholarship, for this year. And that'll be held probably at St. Peter's Lutheran Church, which is where we usually hold our potlucks. So if you'd like to know how you can help us, oh, I forgot to tell you, the other thing that we're doing this year, besides trying to raise all this money, is we're promoting a program called the Host Homes Program. And this is through Homeless Prevention Council, and also HAC is going to be offering it for the Mid and the Upper Cape. And Host Homes leverages existing homes, asking people to provide a room in their house for a student who is kind of in transition, a student or a young adult who is either looking to go to school or find a job or something in our community and just needs some time and a safe place to stay. So the Host Homes program pays a stipend of $600 a month to people who are willing to take in a young person. So we're trying to promote that. I'm also going to leave some information about that. So if you all could, take a look at it, you can go on to the Homeless Prevention website or onto the Nauset Interfaith website and find out more information. I'm leaving information on the program. If you have any questions, there are phone numbers for Homeless Prevention Council. And so that's another really great thing that's just starting up here on the Cape. So we also, you can donate funds to youth outreach and hospitality through the Nauset Interfaith website if you'd like to do that. Also, I would recommend that you, if you're interested in prevention work, contact Independence House or the Enough Abuse campaign to learn how to prevent domestic violence and child sexual abuse, because a lot of people run away from home because for those two reasons. So I think that's all I have. Thank you.